Hey, my friends, let's talk about flower power and this powerful flower that will make you a super self healer. So, the flower that I'm talking about is the rose. And before you think, what the heck's a flower going to do for my healing? Let's get into the science of it first. So, let's talk about frequency. Now, love is the highest frequency. And love is also the most powerful healer. So, anything to do with healing, if we can bring our vibration up anywhere towards love, it's going to be beneficial. So, rose is actually the highest frequency of anything that's tangible here on planet Earth in the physical realms. So, therefore, it's the closest thing to love. So, working with rose is going to raise our frequency, raise our vibration. And these facts that I'm sharing with you, this isn't new information. Deep down, you already know this. This is just a reminder and a remembrance. Look at what we use roses for. What are roses known for? They're given in times where love is needed or love is being represented. The rose has always been the most romantic flower. It's always been given as a sign of love or a sign of I'm sorry, or to celebrate love like in a wedding, or to soothe the hearts of grief. For funerals, funeral flowers often have roses. So when we think about all of that and how actually normalized and ingrained it is in our way of living already, and then you match it with what rose actually is, which is this powerful, healing, high vibrational frequency, and that when we can come into contact with it and when we can work with this energy, with this medicine, we can become such powerful self-healers. The rose is the flower of the heart. It's also a very powerful sacred geometry. It's actually got that kind of Fibonacci sequence going on where the petals spiral inwards and bloom outwards from the spiral. So geometrically, it's very powerful. But the rose is the flower of the heart chakra, of the heart space, which is our most powerful energy center of the human body. It's what connects our earthly, physical bodies with the higher realms. It's the bridge between. It's also our greatest power. The greatest power in humanity is the heart. And so, spoiler alert, when we all come back to the heart power, that's when we're going to see things massively shift on this planet. And so I want to get into some of the things that I've been able to use rose for in my healing. Rose has been the most powerful medicine I've ever come into contact with, simply because it's a reflection and a remembrance and a reminder of our own divinity, of that power that lies within our hearts, within our love. The way of the rose is the way of love, but it's the way of power. There is no power greater than love. That's why I think mothers are the most powerful of all, because we hold that greatest capacity for love. A mother's love, that is powerful. And a mother's love is actually what I tuned into to heal a lot of things that I had to overcome. And this was before I became a mother. I discovered that I held within me an inner mother. And this was able to be activated even more with the power of the rose. Whether that is the actual flower, whether that is using the essence through things like rose water or rose oil, rose tea. I use rose quartz. Basically anything, anything rosy I can use, because all of these things actually just amplify my own power. And so whenever I'm working with people on their own self-healing journeys, I always encourage working with rose. And so tuning into that source of powerful love within you, that's the force that can heal anything. That's the force that I used to heal my womb, to heal my polycystic ovarian syndrome, to bring me into a space of fertility. I've healed all major past traumas through this rose medicine, through this heart medicine and love power. Using that inner mother, the highest embodiment of love within me, to hold all of these past versions that were hurting. Working with whatever wounds, whatever beliefs, healing them at the root with true compassion, with true understanding, with unconditional love. Because a lot of these major things that we're healing, a lot of our physical problems come from traumas. And the thing with traumas is it's not actually the event that happens that stays so deeply within our body, but it's actually how it made us feel, and more so how much we had to suppress it, whether that was through lack of support, whether that was through not being in the right environment, whether that was just through the pain being so severe that all we could do to survive was actually push it down and suppress it down. And so that is why the power of love is so powerful, because we can actually go back to that version and hold us in that energy, in that space, in that heart medicine, that rose medicine, that inner mother loving energy. And we can go back to that version that carried that pain and provide for that version of us what was needed in that moment. Was it to be heard? Was it to be held? Was it to be supported? Whatever it was, that highest embodiment of love within us, this current version of us, is equipped with the tools to heal those past versions with our heart power alone, with our love. So working with the rose amplifies this to remind us to reawaken this heart power, but also to amplify this energy to allow us to step into this power even more. And this doesn't necessarily need to be for big traumas. This can be like healing physical organs, tissues on a cellular level, having that heart power amplified. And whether we do this through meditation or some kind of energy work, and we can concentrate that loving energy into that part of our body and literally on a cellular level fill those cells with loving light and reharmonizing and healing those cells and upgrading that DNA and creating an environment that is optimal for that part of our body to thrive. That is possible through the power of our hearts. And so working with Rose just makes that power even stronger, because we are all so capable of self-healing. It's just that so many of us for so long have been hurt and therefore disconnected from this incredible, powerful energy that lives within us in this heart space. And so that is why working with the rose is so powerful, because love is the highest power.